Number 10. Why did Costco recently sue the U.S. government? To receive a full refund of tariffs if the Supreme Court rules them illegal. Costco has sued the U.S. government to ensure it receives a full refund of tariffs it's already paid if the Supreme Court rules that President Donald Trump's levies are illegal. Number 9. Voters that in country rejected a proposal to impose a 59% inherited tax on the super rich, Switzerland. Number 8. Which company agreed by Warner Brothers? Netflix. Netflix said it would acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, including its film and television studios, HBO Max and HBO, for the total enterprise value of $82.7 billion. NVIDIA announced that it has invested $2 billion in Cinespeed, part of the strategy partners. What does Cinespeed do? Provides a tool of solution to designing and testing target circuits. NVIDIA has invested $2 billion in Cinespeed's common stocks, announced a strategy partnership aimed at design and engineering course industry. The SNPS provides tools that enables design, the testing, and integration circuits. Number 6. A sharp jump in government bond yields in which country reports through global markets early this week. Japan. A sharp jump in Japan government bond yield to the highest level since 2008 report through global markets Monday, stalking carrying trade concern and weighing on its risk as assets. Number 5. Which of the following prices has seen a large year-to-date increase than gold? Silver. Explanation. Silver XAUDGSDCUR reached a new high this week, nearly doubling so far 2005 compared to 61 increase in gold XAUUSDCUR, a 12% rise in soybean, and a 32% increase in copper. Crude oil prices have fallen about 70% year to date. Number 4. Data platforms is reportedly cutting projects in what area as much as 30%? Metaverse. Bloomberg reported that Meta platform is expected to make cuts in the company's metaverse operations, which potential budget cuts in area of up to 30%. Meta recorded a 4.3% in loss from operations from the Reality Labs segment in Q3 2005. Cumulatively, losses now total $73.04 billion. Job cuts. Number 3. Job cuts in 2024 throughout the end of November reached 1.17 million, highest level since when? The first year of pandemic. Explanation. Data from Challenges, Gary and Christmas show that employers has announced 1.17 job cuts in 2025 through the year of November, the highest level since 2020. US-based employers announced 71.32K job cuts in November, down 53% from previous month, but 24% higher compared to the same month last year. As part of efforts to expand its own delivery network, Amazon is reportedly considering ending its shipping contract with which of the following organizations? The U.S. Postal Service. Explanation. According to the Washington, Amazon is considering ending its massive shipping contract with the U.S. Postal Service by late 2026, shifting its lost parcels into its own rapidly expanding delivery work. Number 1. Sydney Sweeney, the Travis and Careless. Helped which company expectation with the quarterly results? American Eagle Outfitters. American Eagle Outfitters rallied 50% on Wednesday after recalling the strong quarterly report in its post-earnings conference call. CEO Jay Shafter said, "We are encouraging the impact of the company's collaborations. Sydney Sweeney is Travis Now holiday gift the methods world." Number 10, Mega's ice cream company, which went public this week, owns which iconic U.S. ice cream brand, Ben & Jerry's, the owner of which well-known retailer left the public stock market this week Office Depots. A business school paper argued that the culture event leads to drop in the S&P next day, a bond-related Felix premier. According to the research published, the Morgan Stanley data center have the impact consumer electricity bills, the driving consumer electricity bills higher. Data streaming pioneer Fluent agrees that the purchase by which company and deal worth $11 billion, that is IBM. Warby Parker jumped 30% on Monday and continued to rise in subsequent days after the global confirmed that AI glasses are set to arrive in 2026 through the partnership between the companies. Along with the earnings report, Campbell CPB announced that it's acquired a 49% stock in the market of which the following food products, the Rotten Tomatoes-based sauce, which of the software stocks priced about the 11 following its earnings report and reviewed. The Oracle. What did Senator Elizabeth Warren refer to as 5-alarm antitrust fire? The Paramount's guidance hostile bid for the Warner Brothers Discovery. The Federal Reserve kept its projected interest rate in 2026 at 3.375% in its summary of economic projections. What is the forecast, more commonly known as the plots? An ounce of silver can now buy what? A barrel of crude oil. December 14, 2025. Silver SAGUSD is up nearly 115% year to date and more than 70% in the past 6 months at 62% ounce. An ounce of silver is around 72.123 of December 2024 can buy currently a barrel of crude oil around 58.61 to 62.67. One share of SPY ETF, a single share of SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust, is approximately $687.96 as of December 2023. Cinder's 30s Quintus grilled cheese, the world record high rate sandwich, is 214%. A barrel of crude oil prices a barrel of WTI Brent crude oil is range of 58.61 to 61.68, B 62.67. A single day ticket to Disney's World. A ticket price for Disney World start around 119, but can go up to over 200. Expanded the date at the park, making the single day ticket twice as expensive as an ounce of silver. From maker iRobots filed for bankruptcy. The company was acquired in 2022, $1.7 billion by which company? The Amazon. Trading in wide trade has surged 90% since December. AI credit default swaps. Hedge trade that has trading its credit default swaps surged by approximately 90% since the September is linked to several U.S. technology companies. Investors are using these derivatives to protect their portfolios against the potential risks of the credit collapse with AI sector. This department store stock has outperformed Tesla, Broadcom AVGO, and Bitcoin BTC USD over the past 5 years. Dealers is up more than 1,200% over the past 5 years, a rate that has been driven less rapid top growth and more by a combination of strong profitability, extremely aggressive buybacks and collapse in the outstanding share counts, and periodic special dividends that highlights management, December 16, 2005. Which company is taking 70.5% billion write-down related to its EV operations? Ford. The annual consumer inflation rate declined to 2.7% in November, and what Federal Reserve target for inflation 2%. The Federal Reserve's target for inflation is 2% over the long run, aiming for price stability even though the recent lower than expected November is inflation 2.7%, CPI might suggest the movement towards it. While the 2.7% is encouraging, the Federal close watch the personal consumption expenditure PCE index and economists and not potential technical issues with delayed November data, so they are cautious about delaying victory, according to the Washington Post, CNBC. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, Fed tracks the personal consumption Fed expenditure price indexes for its 2% inflation targets. Alphabet GOOG is expected to see a private investment windfall after a new round of funding of one highly valued startup, SpaceX. December 14, 2025 appears likely to record a fresh unlifted a value of one of the largest private holdings after SpaceX. Alphabet is suffered a major windfall from the stake of its SpaceX and the following research tender offer that value of private space company around $800 billion, triggering a significant paper gain for Google large holding, according to December 2025 reports. Tender offer. Trump Media Technology DGP President Donald Trump's social media company announced 6% billion merger with a company that is involved in oil nuclear fusion. 6 days ago, Trump Media Technology Group announced a merger agreement fusion of power TAE Technologies value more than $6 billion. Number 1, Oscar broadcasts by leaving ABC to appear in one platform in 2009. The Alphabet, Google, YouTube, GOOGL, YouTube. Oscars will be leaving YouTube in 2009 for 5 years, ending ABC's 50+ year run. The employment rate did what in November, according to today's job data released this week, rose to 4.6%. December, the employment rate rose to 4.6% of 4.6% in November, up to 4.4% in December. In September, according to the Labor Department figure on Tuesday, U.S. stocks opened the lower Tuesday as a trader digest long delayed data on job market that shows the employment rate tickets up to 4.6%. Number 10. Shares of Tesco Mines, Hardy Minerals, and Lindsay have climbed more than 100% during 2005, boosted by raising prices of one commodity, copper. Now, why do the stocks sometimes behave differently during the holiday shortened trade? Lower trading volume can exaggerate price moves. Motive MTV is startup backed by Alphabet, GOOGL. Alphabet recently filed the regulators pursue an IPO. What is the company's primary business? Provides police management software for tracking and their physical operations of business. What temporarily halted Waymo's autonomous vehicle services in San Francisco this week, a widespread city power outage that knocked out traffic signal. Nike got a boost from news that its famous business executive has purchased more stocks in athlete shoe makers Apple's Tim Cook. What did late Q3 GDP data show about U.S. economy? Expanded faster than expected, growing at an annualized rate of about